The match officials are ready.
చిన్న ఆ బ్లూటూత్ కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉందా? బ్లూటూత్ కనెక్ట్ చేసుకో అట్లే అప్పుడప్పుడు మధ్యలో మధ్యలో పాటలన్నా పెట్టు. నీకు వస్తారా పాటలు పెట్టండి? బ్లూటూత్ కనెక్ట్ చేసుకో మరి. చిన్న కనెక్ట్ చేసి నీ దాంట్లో పాటలు పెట్టడానికి కావాలి కదా
ఇంటర్నెట్ మనోడు యూట్యూబ్లో ప్లే చేస్తాను.
ఇంటి దాకా వస్తుందా మైక్ వైర్లెస్ మైక్ బ్యాట్స్మెన్ అని చూపి కెమెరా
చెక్
ఆడ అంతా పిలుస్తుండు చెవులో పెట్టినావు ఆడ అంతగానం పిలుస్తుండు ఆయన అప్పటి నుంచి వెళ్తున్నా చెవులో పెట్టుకునేమన్నా ఆ చెవులు ఎటు సైడ్ తీరి జరా
Good morning and a very warm welcome to Raghavendra Sports Estate for RSE MVL Premier League Season 1. This is the first semi-final. This is the first final for the Silver Cup. Falcon Warriors taking on Team HPC.
స్ట్రైక్ నాన్ స్ట్రైక్ బౌలర్
स्ट्राइकर इमाम और स्ट्राइकर मोहित बॉलर अभिषेक ओके दूसरा वाक्य दे दो बंद हो जा रहा है
It's a 3-cup format. Silver Cup, Gold and Platinum. Overall 6 teams are participating in this season. And in this final, Falcon Warriors taking on Team HPC. Abhishek with the new ball. Starts with the wide down the leg side. And first runs on board. A wide plus a single. Opening pair for Falcon Warriors, 𝗏𝗏 and Imam. 𝗏𝗏 on strike. Struggling to get the line right. Abhishek. So without the ball being counted, 4 runs on board. Abhishek played 126 matches, got 54 wickets. Economy of 9.09. Gets the line right this time. It was on the money. Safely defended by Imam. Cuts it straight into the hands and taken. Well, the umpires wanted to confirm, but Nawaz confirms with the leg umpire, and up goes the finger. Well, first wicket down. It was cut hard. It was a very good catch at the end, taken very low. Imam still having a chat with the umpire, but Nawaz has been given.
हेलो हेलो आवाज आ रहा भाई फील्डर
First wicket down for 4 runs for Falcon Warriors. Imam gone without scoring.
फील्डर कार्तिक
Excellent catch taken by Karthik.
ये बैट्समैन विष्णु
ఎంత మీరు అందరూ వచ్చిరుగా నేను రానందుకా
Well, more runs. This is overall the third wide of the over. This time, along with the wide, a couple more runs. New batter is Vishnu. Just on the pads, drives to mid-on for a single, and he's off the mark. Vishnu. He played 99 matches. This is his 100th match. He's got 1,753 runs with the average of 20.62 and strike rate of over 122. Now the short length delivery, one more wide down the leg side. Straight to the fielder. That's the first legal delivery Mohit Sahu faced. He has yet to open his account. Well, 4 deliveries have been bowled and 5 wide so far. Still 2 more to go. Punched on the back foot for a single. Now Mohit is off the mark too. There's still a bit of dew on the outfield. And he still has to bowl another one. 11 for 1. Still one more delivery to go in this first over. Well, was there some bat involved? Just have to see. Takes the first one pretty quick. Vishnu. Yes, it's off the bat. First over completed. 12 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Correction, it's 13 runs.
Power on. 16.
For winner out, sir.
బాయ్ బాయ్ లాస్ట్ బాల్ బాయ్ బాయ్ 39 చెప్పండి సార్
13 for 1 after first over.
స్పీకర్ సౌండ్ అంటే జర ఎక్కువ పెట్టా
Second over is being bowled. Brilliant delivery. Yorker on the pads. Played it back to the bowler. So far. Well, a bit of yes, no. No call whatsoever. Vishnu was pretty quick, but Mohit had to run to the danger end, but he was safe at the end because there was no direct hit. Slightly shorter in length. Excellent over so far. It was a full toss. Once again, could not time it well and not in the gap as well. So another single. So 5 singles. In fact, 4 singles and a wide. Could not pass through that fielder in the 30-yard circle at backward point. Brilliant over. Just 6 runs of it. 2 overs completed, 19 for 1. Abhishek continues. Well, glances. Not enough pace on that delivery, so it won't go for the boundary. Another couple of runs. There may have been some, in fact, a lot of wides. However, no boundary has been conceded by Team HPC. Excellent change of pace. Trying to control his pace, focusing more on the line. Abhishek. Once again, makes some room for himself in trying to find the gap towards the offside. But it's not enough power. Couldn't go past through that 30-yard circle fielder. Well, that's in the gap, but the outfield is not quick enough. Well, we have been witnessing a lot of rains in the past few days. In the outfield is not quick enough. There's still some dew. A lot of rubbing is needed to keep the ball dry. A good length delivery. Nicely driven to mid-on. Both these batters are able to get some runs in terms of singles, actually rotating the strike with every opportunity. We haven't seen too many dot balls. However, there's no boundary yet in this innings. 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃 continues. And there's a good field set. Tried to pull it, but couldn't go past mid-wicket fielder. And then towards mid-off. Well, this could be the first boundary of the innings. The first boundary of the Silver Cup final comes
అనుకుంటా
in the fourth over.
ఓకే
Excellent square cut by Vishnu. A slight width on offer. He's been trying to time the ball well. This time he succeeded.
హలో అన్న నువ్వు లైవ్ రాలేదా అవుట్ అయింది రాలేదని
Lord Fuller. And he goes straight down the ground. Till now there were no boundaries, and all of us are down back to back. Boundaries for Vishnu. He moves on to 20. 4 overs completed, 38 for 1.
డబల్ సిమ్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు దాంట్లో వాడతారు డబల్ సిమ్ వేరే వాళ్ళది ఉంటుంది కదా ఓటీపీ ఆ ఓటీపీ ఒకటి వచ్చిందంటే
లైవ్లో వస్తాయి మొత్తం మాటలు నేను తమ్ముడు ప్రబంధం చేస్తున్నాను
వెళ్ళిపోతాం మేము ఉన్నాం బయట మాకు ప్రైవసీ అనేది కావాలి 𝗙𝗃𝗃𝗃
Falcon Warriors 38 for 1. And Abhishek continues.
ఎంగలో పోతా
It's an excellent right to cut and misses. Vishnu got a couple of boundaries in the previous over. And Mohit also wants to continue that momentum. Fuller swings and misses 3 dots in a row. Well, that's a risky run. It was going straight to mid-off, but it was a good call. Both these batters trust each other on their partners. Even though it was still in the 30-yard circle, they went for the run. With 3 dots to start the over, then a single. So 1 run from 4 deliveries. Full toss, edged and over the fielder, but it didn't go through the boundary. Well, the sun is out, but there's still some bit of dew. The bowlers are struggling to grip the ball. Cuts it to backward point for a single. Excellent over. The best so far from Abhishek. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 into the attack. Pitched in the middle and leg. Flicks it to square leg for a single. The ball is not coming quite nicely onto the bat. The batters had to wait a bit. Vishnu understood that pretty early. And Mohit is still trying to get his timing. He's striking at 57.14. He's on 8 of 14 deliveries. On the other end, Vishnu 24 of 16. On the money. Excellent delivery. Nicely defended back to 𝗃𝗃𝗃 by Mohit. Shorter in length. A hat-trick of dots by Giri. This is the last over of the power play and they don't want to take any risks at the moment. They've already lost 1 wicket. Falcon Warriors. The run rate is decent enough. Oh, if it was a direct hit, then it could have been pretty risky for Vishnu. Well, they still got a run in terms of overthrow. Very well fielded. Collected it cleanly and threw it back to the bowler, back to the keeper quickly. Another dot to finish the power play. Well, 44 for 1. Well, mistimed. Tried to pull it. It hits on the top of the bat. was lucky. It was nowhere closer to the fielder. Vidyasagar Reddy bowling the 7th over. That's another change in the bowling attack. Now after the power play, more fielders on the boundary rope, only 4 at the moment. Deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and T point. Well, slight misfield by the bowler. A pretty casual effort to receive that ball. And good presence of mind by the batters. And I think it's a good tactic by team HPC. The tactic is that they don't want to keep an extra fielder outside the 30-yard circle. They can keep 5, they're only using 4 at the moment, focusing to save those singles. Remember, only 2 boundaries so far. Another shot of length. Easy pickings. Got to finish the over. 7 gone, 53 for 1. Giriraj continues his spell, 54 for 1 after 7.1 overs. It's an excellent bowling attack by team HPC. There are a couple of instances where they have given some easy runs, but overall, it's good control. control the flow of boundaries, keeping the run rate under 8. Now change in the field, mid-off is pushed to covers, and deep point fielder move to deep extra cover. And it's a pretty balanced field set at the moment. 4 on the onside, 5 on the offside. And not leaving too many empty spaces. Lost the line a bit this time. Another wide of the innings. Well, that's nicely picked. And a casual effort. And slower delivery worked for Giriraj, and a breakthrough. An important breakthrough for Team HPC. A half-century partnership has come to an end. For 60 runs in 7.4 overs. The last man to go was Mohit Sahu, who has made 20 runs of 24 deliveries. That also includes a couple of boundaries. $60 for 2. Well, for the past few days, it rained cats and dogs in Hyderabad. It's still expected to rain heavily in a couple of days. For the next couple of days, in fact. It's good to see some sunshine coming out today. New batter, Suvendu. Played a late cut. He's off the mark straight away. But very well fielded. It saved a couple of runs. Now, after the fall of the wicket, we have to see if the batters will try to accelerate the scoreboard or will they continue to play defensively, rather pretty carefully. A slower delivery, but missed on the length this time. Giriraj turned out to be a lower full toss. Suvendu tries for a single. 8 overs gone. Falcon Warriors 63 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Vidyasagar continues. Is able to generate some genuine pace. Dot of the first ball and then a single. Well, premeditated. 2 is a call. The ball is slowing down. Has he gone to the boundary rope? Yes, it has. Well, full toss, pulls it. Nobody moved an inch. Vishnu changing the gears now. Falcon Warriors 73 for 2 after 9 overs. Another change in the bowling. 𝗃𝗏𝗃 comes into bowl, who's got 67 wickets in 71 matches. Good economy of 8.02 and best bowling figures 5 for 16 runs. Edged and in the gap. Been talking about the outfield. It's not that quick today. So the batters really have to work hard to get their runs. Swings and misses. Excellent delivery outside the off stump. Down the track, but mistimed. Once again, a lot of running for the batters, and that too quickly. And with that, Vishnu moves into his 40s. 40 from 26. A lot of width given as wide. Connected. And that's gone all the way for 6. Towards wide and long gone. The first maximum of this innings comes in the 10th over. Slaps it hard. Single to deep mid wicket. The last ball before the drinks break and change of sides. Suvendu gets a single and he will keep the strike. 10 overs gone. Falcon Warriors 86 for the loss of 2 wickets. Suvendu on 5 of 6 and Vishnu 47 of 28. And it's time for the short drinks break. was a brilliant catch by Chinna. Running backwards, he kept his eyes on the ball. Not so easy to take that catch, but he did it well. On the other end, Vishnu continues his form. He continues to accelerate the scoreboard. And 100 up with that single. 100 for 4 in 12.1 overs for Falcon Warriors. Well, a bit of misunderstanding. Bharat Reddy wanted the single. He was almost halfway down the pitch, but Vishnu was a bit hesitant. Eventually finished the single. Another flighted delivery. 2 away from the off stump. It was still turning though. That's what Shiva asked the umpire. Reverse, but no contact. As you needed to get some innovative shots into play. Because it's not so easy to bat on these conditions. Connects this time, but straight to long off. Well, he ran out of patience. And a wonderful knock has come to an end. The half centurion, the man who contributed almost half the score, now has to go back, take that long walk back to the dugout. Vishnu gone for 51 of 33 deliveries, 34, with the help of 4 boundaries and 1 maximum. Brilliant knock. Well, another flighted delivery. Very slow. Well, was there bat involved? 13 gone, 102 for 5. Run. Drive through covers. Excellent running between the wickets. Both these batters are pretty new in the middle. They're high with energy, converting those singles into doubles, trying to put pressure on the fielders at the moment. Slightly fuller and nicely driven through covers once again. The left-hander, 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃. 𝗬𝗶𝘃𝗃 coming over the wicket to the right-hander. Almost a slower delivery. Cuts it to deep backward point for a single. It was a second wicket partnership that put Falcon Warriors in good position earlier. But after that, they continue to lose wickets. Right in the block hole. Excellent delivery. Well, that was a full toss. Driven to deep cover. In walked in, and now he's walking out. 1-1-2 for 7. Pradyumna is a new batter and who is at the non-striker's end. And Balakrishna is back to ball his second over. Starts off with a wide down the leg side. Well, he's coming around the wicket. Still unable to get the line right. It's a better line this time. Goes outside the off stump. Takes a single. Well, that's the third one. Third wide down the leg side. So slaps it through covers. Both these batters are dealing in singles at the moment. In fact, they're also getting some freebies overall in this innings. They've got 18 extras, 17 wides and one leg by. Going for the second. Easy couple of runs. Low full toss. Well, the boundaries have completely dried up. Brilliant delivery. Well, that was a hat-trick ball. It misses on it. 3.1 overs, conceded 12 runs with the economy of 3.79. And most importantly, he broke the backbone of the batting team by taking 4 wickets. So 4 more deliveries to go in Shiva's spell. Will he get a fifer? Well, that was a loud and clear call from Bharat. Comes down the track. That's gone high in the air and long enough. The second maximum of the innings. Well, no fifer for Shiva, but it's a brilliant spell. Completed his spell of 4 overs for 21 runs and 4 wickets. After 17 overs, Falcon Warriors 132 for the loss of 7 wickets. Well, that's a no ball. Pitching outside the straight. Vidyasagar is back to bowl the 18th over of the innings. And he starts off with a no ball. So the first free hit of the innings. Pradyumna on strike. Brilliantly bowled. Short of a length. Not giving too much width. Another shot of length, but opens the face of the bat very late. Simply guides it to third man, Bharat Reddy. Is only the third batter who reached the double figure mark. This field. Was the first boundary for Pradyumna. This partnership looks promising. It's 29 runs of 17, and it's gone. It's given. Well, there's a bit of edge, and that goes straight into the keeper's gloves. He lost his balance, took a slight time to appeal. And after coming halfway, Pradyumna wanted to ask, but it's been already given. So 29-run partnership comes to an end. 29 from just 19 deliveries. Falcon Warriors 8 down for 141 in 18 overs. Pradyumna gone for 11 of 12 deliveries. They have 2 wickets in hand and last 2 overs to play. Well, some dark clouds are in the sky. There are high chances of rain. We just have to see how the weather will turn out to be. Hope it would not interrupt the match. New batter Mahidar Reddy walks in. A flighted delivery, powerfully hit all through the ground to long off. He did not drag the bat. But has he made it? Excellent running. Should be wise. This has been given by the umpire Aditya, who's pretty experienced. He has done close. He has done umpiring on close to 300 matches. HCA certified umpire Aditya, and at the length umpire, the most experienced, the veteran Mohammad Nawaz Ali. That's another wide down the leg side. Talking about umpire Mohammad Nawaz Ali, he umpired for over 1,500 matches. 1,502 matches, to be precise. Is down the ground and finds the gap this time up between long on and deep mid wicket. Much needed boundary. And that also brings up 150 for Falcon Warriors. 150 for 8 in 18.4 overs. Well, they continue to give some freebies. a misfield. There's a chance of getting a boundary, but both the batters were in the middle. The fielder collected the ball, threw it back to the bowler. He takes the bails off at the non-striker's end. And Mahidar Reddy is the last man to go. He made 3 runs of 4 deliveries. He's gone as a run-out. Welcome back to the chase of this first finals of RSE MVL Premier League Season 1 for the Silver Cup. Falcon Warriors taking on Team HPC. Team HPC won the toss, selected to bowl first in the restricted team. Falcon Warriors for 167 and Team HPC need 168 runs in 119 deliveries. And there goes the first delivery, rather first run on board on the second delivery of the innings. Openers Sandy and 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃. Well, there's a big appeal for caught behind, but that's off. It's not off the bat. 𝗦𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗃 bowling the first over for Falcon Warriors. Well, try to hit the deck hard. In that process, lost control of the ball. It's gone wide down the leg side. Well, that's 4 runs. Just the inside edge. And bounces right in front of the keeper, and he had no chance. Goes pretty quick to the boundary. Oh, that's a brilliant stroke. What a shot. Comes from the middle of the bat and such a beautiful timing by Sandy. A boundary followed by a maximum. This time drive straight to mid-off. $11 runs of the first over for Team HPC.
అన్నా ఏందన్నా నాలో నీ పార్టీకి పైసలు ఇష్టం ఎందుకన్నా మొత్తం 11 ప్లేయర్లు ఇంకో 2000 అట్లా లంచ్ కూడా చేస్తాం.
Well, big appeal for caught behind. A lot of noise out there. But the noise is of the bat hitting the turf. But it's a very good collective appeal from the fielders, including the bowler and the keeper. Anurag Singh bowling the second over of this innings. He starts off with back-to-back dots. Well, was there bat involved? No. Misses everyone. Beats the keeper, beats the fielder. Some useful runs. Change in the field straight away. Third man goes on to the boundary rope. And the second boundary rider is at long off. L2, it's wide and long off. It's gone for 4.
रिपीट रिपीट ये ओवर में क्या क्या हुआ వినిపిస్తలేదు మా వాయిస్ లేక లైట్ తీసుకున్నాను బచ్చగా అనుకోండి ఫస్ట్
बॉल बाई 4 फिर बैट से बॉल 4 बॉल हुआ
అంతే చేసినా కదా
ఫస్ట్ ఓవర్లో వైడ్ అంటున్నాడు.
లాస్ట్ ఓవర్లోనా అది నా రాగానే తెలుసు
Well, that's another powerful shot. Just one bounce over the rope. This time a lot straighter. Well, he has to reball that one. This one turns out to be 𝗙𝗏𝗃𝗃 continues. Sandy on strike. Swings and misses. 3 dots in a row. Well, chance of a run out, and the throw was to the non-striker's end, where there was no one. Needed a direct hit, but the keeper misses. And that's been put down. A very difficult one for Mahidar. Hits hard on his left hand. It didn't have a reaction time, but a brilliant over. Considered only 2 runs. 3 overs completed. Team HPC 29 without loss. Chair, please. That's a cracking shot through the offside, but it won't go for 4 because 3 fielders came to save that boundary. Anurag Singh continues.
Nice commentary, bro.
Well, slightly shorter in length, but could not find the gap. Will get a single. And good coordination between these two batters. And both are nice stroke players. They're able to middle the bat. Of course, there are some dot deliveries when they swung the bat. But whenever they hit it, they hit powerfully and timed the ball well. Couple of boundaries for Prabhu and 1 boundary and 1 maximum for Sandy. And that's up in the air. Catch is the call, and it's been taken. Falcon Warriors needed a breakthrough, and they got it in the 4th over. Anurag Singh draws the first blood. 𝗃𝗂𝗃𝗃 gone for 15 of 13 deliveries with the help of a couple of boundaries. And a brilliant catch taken by VD19.
Asif, new batsman named Asif.
Team HPC. 33 for 1 in 3.4 overs.
Scoring.
Qasim. Qasim is the new batter and he's off the mark. Another right-hander, an experienced player who's got 170, who played 176 matches, got close to 3,500 runs. Slower flighted delivery, misfield by the first fielder, but no damage done. It was only a single. Four overs completed. Team HPC 35 for 1. First change in the bowling attack. Another right-hander. Rather right-arm bowler. Ashish. Bowling the fifth over. Now both boundary riders are on the off side. One at long off and at deep extra cover. Very good line. He's just aiming at the stumps, keeping that line very tight, not giving room for the batters to free his arms. Slaps it hard. Very well fielded by jersey number 21, Pradi. Cuts through the offside. But the fielding has been very good from Falcon Warriors. They know it's not too easy to bat in these conditions, but they have made 166. And the fielders are doing a fantastic job so far. And Ashish has to reball that delivery. Ashish has got a slip in place for the new batter has come in. Excellent over so far, no boundary yet in this over. Last ball to go. Straight to long off for a single. Brilliant over, just 6 of it. After 5 overs, Team HPC 41 for 1.
Nike, 𝗬𝗁𝗃𝗃 20 hours.
Pradyumna bowling the last over of the power play. In fact, the power play is completed. It is only for 5 overs. And he goes downtown. All the way for 6. For a moment, the fielder at long off was a little interested that he might get a chance, but he stood like a spectator as the ball goes over his head. Brilliant shot. Goes again. It's bigger and better. And 50 up for Team HPC. Back-to-back sixes for Qasim. Team HPC 54 for 1 in 5.3 overs. This time play to long gone for a single. Attacking field set, there's still a slip in place. Fine leg is a lot straighter. little bit of stretching for the umpire Aditya. It's a wind down the leg side. After those couple of sixes, the bowler is under pressure at the moment. Opportunity! That goes very high in the air and it's safely held by Reddy. 𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗃 Qasim wanted to take that fight back onto the opposition. He was looking good. He has hit a couple of sixes in this over. He tried the same thing, but takes the top edge. It goes very high.
गिरिराज सुनाया राहुल
HPC 57 for 2. And Giriraj walks in at number 4, and he will be at the non-striker's end. VD bowling the 7th over. Sandy tracks it. Mahidar collects it after the bounce at long off. Giriraj on strike. I wanted to drive it. It passes the outside edge. Goes straight into the keeper's gloves. Giriraj is off the mark. Well, hits it hard, but Misfield. Well, they had their best fielders on the boundary row, but unfortunately, even he could not save that. It's an excellent swing of the bat. It was a pretty tight over until then, until the last ball. And with that boundary, overall 7 runs have been conceded. After 7 overs, Team HPC 64 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Well, there was another opportunity. 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃 was flying very close to the bowler. I would say half a chance for Ashish. Slightly overpitched. Takes a thick inside edge and going for the second run. This could be tricky. We completed the second run eventually. It was a very good running between the wickets. The first call was pretty confident. And they've taken the first run pretty quickly. Well, he has to re-bowl it. Another wide of the offside. Let's look at the previous catching opportunity. It was very close. That was the first ball of this over. Excellent comeback. Got the line pretty right. �69 for 2 in 7.4 overs. There's still 2 more deliveries to go. And they're maintaining a healthy current run rate, which is for 9 runs. And now that will come down to 8.94. He would be disappointed with himself, Sandy. for missing on the opportunity to send the ball outside the boundary rope on a full toss. Manages to get a couple of runs. 8 overs gone, 72 for 2. About 95 runs needed from 60 deliveries. 95 in 60. So let me remind, it's an 18 over innings. That's the reason why even the power play is
VD.
reduced to 5 overs. So it's a huge task for the batters. They're maintaining a good run rate. They should continue to do it. BD continues. And played straight to the fielder, and there's a misfield. There's a fielder specifically placed at covers, short covers, to save the singles. Inside edge for a single for Giriraj. Well, there was an opportunity, but the fielder could not collect it cleanly. It could have been a very tight run, a risky single.
गणपति बप्पा
Moria.
Excellent over. Just 6 runs from it. Another over without a boundary. 9 gone, 78 for 2. 78 for 2 after 9.1 overs. They still need 89 runs in 53 deliveries with the required rate of 10.08. It takes the aerial route, and that's gone all the way for 6 towards wide and long off. It's the first maximum for Giriraj, and he gets into the double figure mark. Well, that's a big uphill, but that was going down the leg side. Anurag Singh got a wicket and conceded 24 runs in 2.3 overs. The economy was a little high. However, the most important thing is he broke a partnership and is brought back again to break the partnership and get a wicket. And this time, Giriraj finds a gap behind the square between third man and backward point. Was slightly over pitched outside the off stump, and he cuts it in the gap perfectly. Team HPC needed a big over to bring that asking rate under control. And this one turns out to be a good over so far. Two is a call, and that's an excellent running between the wickets. It's a 12-run over. After 10, Team HPC 90 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. More 77 runs needed in 48 deliveries.
Okay.
Low full toss, hits it straight. Both fielders are standing a lot wider to their positions at long off and long on, and none of them had any chance. Excellent shot by Sandy. All through the ground, straight to long on for a single. This is sensible batting. They're not only relying on boundaries, Are they inviting chances? And 𝗙𝗪𝗛 breaks that partnership. It cleans him up. He's coming around the wicket. He made a lot of room, Sandy, and target the point and backward point region. It moved so much, exposing all his stumps. That one didn't bounce enough as much as he expected. That goes straight onto the stumps. The 39-run partnership has been broken. Sandy gone for 34 of 27. He has hit 3 boundaries and 1 maximum, played a crucial role in this chase. And now he had to walk back to the dugout. Team HPC 3 down for 96 in 10.4 overs. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is the new batter. Full toss on the pads. Flicks it towards deep square leg. He gets a couple of runs. Chinna. After 11 overs, Team HPC 98 for 3. With the asking rate of 9.86, they still need 69 runs in 42 deliveries. 69 in 42.
Bowler 𝗦𝗃𝗃.
𝗦𝗃𝗃 is back to ball his third. He hasn't got any wicket, but he bowled economically. Now it's change of sides for him. He bowled from the pavilion end in the first half of the innings. Starts off with a wide. Well, that's a brilliant shot. over the infield, behind square on the offside. It's a calculated risk that he has taken. That ball was coming with decent enough pace outside the off-stump line. He wanted to take the aerial route. Well, that's superb running. Very good presence of mind. Good coordination. They steal that second run. That's how. Oh, brilliant through deep extra cover. It may have not gone for 4, but there's a lot of elegance in that shot. Very nice drive. In the air and dropped. So 2 opportunities gone in drain on 1 delivery. First the drop catch and a run out opportunity at the non-striker's end. So Chinna survived twice on the previous delivery. And another good over. 11 of it. 109 runs for the loss of 3 wickets after 12 overs. Still 58 needed from 36. Well, the asking rate is still over 9.5. It's 9.67 to be exact. And the current run rate is only 9.08. Both these batters are running hard between the wickets, taking risks. All that is worth to reduce that required run rate. Pradyumna continues. That is going down the leg side. A leg by. A couple of them. Giri playing a crucial innings. He's on 28 of 22. He's hit only a couple of boundaries and 1 maximum. They needed more of those boundaries. A quicker delivery from Pradyumna. It's a very good variation of pace by Pradyumna. Balls of previous delivery, the last one, and the before one was pretty quick. And that's a slower one, flighted. Played it over the infield, but only for a single. Chinna. And that's the end of the 13th over. Correction. And that's another loud shout. Not much of a footwork from Giri. And now it's the end of the 13th over. 114 for 3. And a very good over by Pradyumna. Conceded only 5 runs. And that costed, or rather pushed the required rate over 10.5 now. 53 runs needed from 5 overs. 53 from 5 overs. Well, that was a powerful hit down the ground. Just a single. No man's land. They're dealing in singles. With every single or double, remember the asking rate will keep going up. The required run rate has gone up to 11.5 now. Well, that's a powerful shot, but very well fielded by Reddy at long off. Mahidhar Reddy gets a wicket of the last over. First ball of his last over. And that was pretty straight. It's a fuller delivery. Hitting in midland leg. Now they are a lot relieved. That shows in their faces.
ఆ కెమెరా ఎడ పెడతావా అది ఎడ పెడతావు
Shankar is the new batter and he was off the mark of the first delivery. Well, that's gone very high in the air and taken. Double blow for Team HPC in this over. Anurag making no mistake. And that's a big wicket. A huge loss for Team HPC. The set batter, Giri, gone for 32 of 29. Mahidhar takes both the set batters' wickets in this over. He still has one more delivery to go. 122 for 5 in 14.5 overs. 15 overs gone, 123 for 5.
అది
44 runs needed from last 3 overs.
आशिक न्यू बॉलर आशिक
Combination still there, unable to find the boundaries, and with every single delivery the asking rate kept going up. Currently it is at 16.13. They still need 43 runs in 16 deliveries with 5 wickets in hand. However, the batters are struggling to middle the ball. As I mentioned, and we have seen in the first innings, the batting condition are not so easy. Batting is not easy on this track. Swings and misses. Another one gone. A full length delivery. Played it a little early. And the ball comes very slow, straight onto the stumps. Through the gap between bat and pad. Ashish gets his first wicket. And bowls a fantastic over. Conceded only 3 runs and got a wicket.
न्यू बैट्समैन नारायण
And Shankar gone for 3 of 5 deliveries. Team HPC 126 with a loss of 6 wickets. And the equation is becoming more difficult, or rather it's going from hard to impossible. 41 runs needed from 12 deliveries with a required rate of 20.5.
बॉलर वीडी
VD bowling the penultimate over.
Batsman, repeat batsman. ఎవరు
𝗏𝗏 is a new batter. Two swings and misses. Murthy is off the mark.
बॉलर दिवाकर इक्वेशन बोल दो ना सर.
And the last over of the innings will be bowled by Diwakar. So single of the last ball, rather single of the first ball of the last over. Team HPC were in big trouble after losing their openers. The top order contributed well. Well, that's gone up in the air and falls slightly shorter to the fielder at long on. Well, bottom edge of the bat, and that will run away to the boundary behind the keeper. Well, this boundary comes well a little late in the innings, where the major damage has already been done. Full toss. This time a boundary towards deep square leg. Back-to-back boundaries for Karthik.
And Murthy is strike में.
This time a full toss on the pads. Leg by signal. the umpire Aditya. And that's the end of the first final of RSE MVL Premier League Season 1. The final fight for the Silver Cup. Falcon Warriors won this match by 27 runs. Stay tuned for the presentation session.
Thinking in the kitchen since back when. Think about now, she see me back
Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation of this RSE MVL Premier League Season 1 Silver Cup Finals. The match was between Falcon Warriors and Team HPC. Moving straight away to the award, Man of the Match award goes to Vishnu for his wonderful performance with the bat. He's got 51 runs in just 34 deliveries with 4 boundaries and 1 maximum. May I request Rahul to please present the Man of the Match trophy. Brilliant knock. Let me have a chat with you. So tell us about your innings, how the conditions were.
Final match performance, what's happening? I mean, it's jokes apart. So we as a team, we played together since 1 year, 1.5 years. So we are building, our team. So I thank my all captains, whoever there, Mohit now and previously Bharat and then previously Maidar. So, they are all very supporting. And coming to the innings, we thought of, the pitch is very slow. So we thought of building the momentum and take the momentum too deep. So that's how it is.
But as you mentioned, final match performance, that the best have come out of you, and very well played.
Thank you so
very well deserved award.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. That's the Man of the Match, Vishnu. May I request the captain of Team HPC to come to have a chat, please. Abhishek coming to have a chat. Abhishek, hard luck. So 166, do you think it was chaseable?
Yeah, it would have been had we played 20 hours, but the pitch is a bit slow, and we got a good opening, but unfortunately couldn't carry on that.
So do you think majorly that 18 overs, 2 overs short in that cost more, or also what about the middle orders batting?
I think more of that is 18 overs, losing 2 overs, and middle overs we couldn't get the boundaries. That put a lot of pressure, so it happens.
And tell us about your overall journey in this season. Not quite well as much as you expected, or up to your potential?
Not quite as expected. We could have played much better. We have been playing much better cricket even outside this tournament, but unfortunately couldn't capitalize on this.
So what are the takeaways?
Takeaways, we have good openers, were playing good, and we got some solid players like Sandy and Shivdas, like you saw it today. Bit players 1 or 2, but not a collective effort. So we should try and capitalize on that going forward.
Well, I'm sure you will work on it as a team. So, for the next season, you will come back very strongly.
Yes.
So now it's time for the trophy. May I request Rahul to please bring the runners-up trophy. Gentlemen, please give it up for the runners-up of the Silver Cup, Team HPC. Time for the group picture. All the players can join. Now may I request the winner, the captain of the winning team, please come over. Well played and congratulations. Tell us about your team's performance in this match.
Yeah, it was a really good team effort. Okay, right from the beginning, we have observed
one or two examples that you can recollect from this match?
Yeah, so I will give the special thanks to Mahidhar Anna because he has led the captaincy previously and built this particular team. So later on, it has been shifted to us. Now we are carrying forward it, and he has handled the team well. And he has means most of our team members are from the our ADP company itself. So 8 to 9 members. Apart from that, some players are coming and means going, and nowadays regular players are coming. So it's good, and everyone are coping up with the team efforts, giving their best, and we are trying to improve with each and every game. Thank you.
Well, all the best for the coming seasons and other matches, but very well played. Congratulations. Now it's time for the trophy. Once again, it's Rahul who will be presenting the trophy for the winners of the Silver Cup. Gentlemen, give it up for the winners of the Silver Cup of RSE MVL Premier League Season 1. Falcon Warriors.